5 when you want news from where you live.
Now, Channel 11 News starts with severe weather Team 11 coverage.
Good afternoon, everyone. Scattered showers are in the area right now.
Heavy downpours are expected at times, and there is, of course, a threat of flooding. Let's turn right now to meteorologist Daniel Dozier tracking what's going on right now. And it looks like this are the remnants of Hurricane Barry.
Yeah, so Barry making landfall on the Louisiana coast over the weekend, and the remnants, or what's left over, Barry finally making its way here across western Pennsylvania. We've been letting you know for, what, a couple of days now that this was going to happen. So here we are, showers and storms at times throughout the afternoon today. Right now, detecting some heavy showers, no lightning just yet, but up around Katanning, you're running into some really heavy downpours as well. As right around the Beaver area, Beaver County, northern Butler County experiencing some pretty heavy rain. This is Storm Tracker Doppler 11 radar and a live look here. Red colors indicate where that heavy rain is blasting through Katanning at this time. East of Slippery Rock, you have some heavier downpours, and then Butler, moderate to light rain, just kind of depending on what part of the city you're in. You can see those scattered showers continue for portions of southern Butler County into northern Allegheny County. I'll expand the view, show you what is headed our way. So we do have more wet weather back in Ohio that's going to continue to move this direction as the afternoon wears on. I'll show you Storm Tracker in just a second. Meanwhile, temperatures are at 81 in Greensburg, Indiana. It's only 74 degrees here in Pittsburgh because of that rain-cooled air. But boy, is it humid outside. Our dew point is at 72. That's the oppressive feel to the air. I'm tracking an even further increase in that humidity and the heat in my forecast in just minutes.
Channel 11 following several breaking stories for you this noon. First, if you plan to take Route 28 heading toward the city, you're going to need some extra time. This is a live look from one of our PennDOT cameras. Drivers are backed up in Millvale, and that's because work is being done to make sure we don't see a repeat of last week when flooding forced PennDOT to shut down part of the highway. Now crews are cleaning out the drains and the inlets, and that work has one lane of 28 closed. It is happening between the 40th Street Bridge and the 31st Street Bridge. The lane restriction heading south will only be until 3 this afternoon. Crews will return tomorrow morning at 9, and you can expect work to wrap up Friday.
A local doctor who illegally prescribed prescription painkillers avoids jail time. Channel 11's Mike Holden was in the courtroom when the doctor made an emotional plea. Mike.
Damani, good afternoon to you. The sentencing was extremely emotional. That doctor stressed that she was very sorry for her actions. She said she was just trying to do good. She said she felt out of the goodness of her heart she was attempting to help people, but this went terribly wrong, and she wanted to stress that she truly believes in her community and she is sorry. Now, moments ago, as we were about to go live for Channel 11 News at noon, we caught up with that doctor. She walked right out in front of us in front of federal court and had absolutely nothing to say. We asked her if she wanted to comment, and she just kept her head down and kept walking. But it was in front of a jam-packed courtroom at the federal courthouse, and Madhu Agarwal went before a judge. He sentenced the former Weirton area OBGYN to 3 years probation, 6 months home detention, 100 hours of community service, and ordered her to pay tens of thousands of dollars in legal fees. Agarwal surrendered her medical license last year after she pleaded guilty to charges connected to her illegally prescribing Suboxone while working at Redirections Treatment Advocates. In court, she passionately apologized and pleaded for mercy. She says working as an OBGYN for decades in West Virginia, she saw firsthand what opioids were doing to mothers and their children. She says her actions were not based on profit, but rather an aim to stop the epidemic and stop mothers and their babies from dying. She told the judge she was disappointed in herself and, quote, for the last 14 months, not a day has gone by that I have not cried. Enjoyment is gone from my life. The United States attorney questioned her actions and integrity and said there is a clear betrayal of trust, and her degree of care was lacking when it came to treating drug addicts at Redirections. Out here live, again, Agarwal will not serve any prison time. Again, we just told you all about that sentencing, but that's not the end of this story. Coming up on Channel 11 News at 5, we're going to dive deeper into the case and also work to talk with her attorney. Reporting live outside of federal court, Mike Holding, Channel 11 News.
And breaking details on the victims of a double shooting in Lawrence County. One of the victims died. Channel 11's Jennifer Tomazik first followed the shooting in Shenango Township as it was breaking during Channel 11's morning news. She stayed on Bryson Mill Road and talked with a neighbor who actually heard the shots.
Crime scene tape here is still up over part of Bryson Mill Road in Shenango Township after a double shooting early this morning. State troopers are investigating up this driveway. There's a house that sits way back up there in the woods. We saw state troopers walking up a stone driveway and stopping at a white pickup truck parked towards the bottom. Police can't say what this truck has to do with the crime scene, but they did give Channel 11 an update. 24-year-old Ronald Lance Jr. is still in the hospital after the double shooting on Bryson Mill Road in Shenango Township around 1 this morning. State police say 23-year-old Brian Eisenhuth was found dead inside a house.
As far as where the shots were fired, that still has not been exactly determined. That's still something that our forensic unit is working on at this point.
Gunshots woke up neighbor Norman Black.
I got up out of the bed. I heard 3 shots. I got up and I went out to the back door to see if it was shooting back there, and there were 2 more shots, and I knew it was down this way then.
He says crime is unusual in his neighborhood, but he didn't jump initially when he heard those gunshots.
I didn't do nothing because you hear shooting around here a lot, you know. I thought maybe somebody was poaching a deer or something.
State and local police took over Norman Street for hours. They blocked the street as they concentrated their investigation on the driveway and at a house up in the woods that isn't visible from the road.
We just want to make sure that there's no more evidence that is just outside or in the woods.
Channel 11 cameras captured troopers taking pictures inside that white truck. While they haven't arrested anyone just yet, they say they do hope to wrap up the case quickly. State police weren't able to tell us how that person is doing in the hospital. Of course, if we get any updates, we'll be sure to let you know. We'll also let you know if there are any updates on a suspect. Reporting in Shenango Township, Jennifer Tomazik, Channel 11 News.
Well, that shooting that Jennifer was just talking about is one of 5 in our area since last night. Police are also looking into the shooting of a 15-year-old girl. The girl was shot in the stomach last night on White Hill Drive in the Hill District. She was conscious and talking to police when she was rushed to the hospital. At last check, she was in serious but stable condition. No word right now on an arrest. And 2 men are recovering after a double shooting in the Hill District. Take a look here. Channel 11 was there as detectives searched the area off Center Avenue near Reed and Brackenridge Streets. Police blocked off this church parking lot and found a car with a bullet stuck in it. The woman who owns the car was at Bible study when gunshots were fired.
We found out that they had shot her light, and then the bullet went into her tire and flattened her tire.
Oh, right now, no arrests have been made, but police did take at least 1 person in for questioning.
One of the men facing charges in a shooting at Monroeville Mall is in court right now. Police say Brandon Murphy was involved in firing 14 gunshots, causing the mall to be evacuated. When police pulled him over, they say more than 700 stamp bags of heroin fell from his lap. We'll be monitoring this. We'll bring you the latest details just as soon as we get them. It's all made up. That's what a defense attorney told jurors yesterday about the allegations against a local doctor. Dr. Roy Mansour is on trial accused of molesting a teenage girl. The attorney says the alleged victim, now 14 years old, lied and made up the accusations. Police say the accuser told them he put his hand on her thigh and wouldn't move it as they watch TV. Our partners at the Trib are reporting a relative is now facing charges months after a baby overdosed on opioids. Police say Jonna Price found the baby unresponsive while taking care of him in her Arnold home back in December. Medics used Narcan to revive the boy. Doctors found heroin, fentanyl, and other drugs in the baby's bloodstream. According to the criminal complaint, police found heroin, marijuana residue, and THC cartridges in Price's home.
Right now, we're working to learn more about a break-in at the Islamic Center of Pittsburgh. It happened early this morning, just after midnight. Surveillance video shows a man breaking into the building and walking around. It shows him digging through a donation box. We'll let you know as soon as we find out more information on this. And we're also working to learn what started a fire in Braddock, where we were there live on 11 at 11 last night as crews battled the flames along Talbot Avenue. Take a look here and you can see that there were dozens of firefighters. Right now, so far, no word on any injuries.
A fugitive is behind bars after a SWAT situation in Homewood. Police say they saw John McClendon while patrolling the area. When officers tried to arrest him, he ran into a home on Hamilton Avenue. When police searched the house, they found McClendon hiding inside the bottom of a couch. McClendon was wanted on a number of charges, including felony gun and drug charges. He had been on the run for 9 months after a string of bank robberies. Now the FBI has finally caught up with him. Vernon McGee Luster is charged with 3 bank robberies. Agents say the crime spree stretched from Erie to Allison Park, even into Ohio. One robbery was at the Citizens Bank on Route 8 last October. McGee Luster faces 20 years in prison if convicted.
House Democrats are stepping up their battle with the Trump administration. They're set to vote on holding Attorney General William Barr and another top official in criminal contempt. Our Jacqueline Fell is in Washington, D.C. with the latest in the census dispute.
Attorney General William Barr and Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross have defied congressional subpoenas to turn over the documents related to the administration's efforts to add a citizenship question to the 2020 census. I expect the resolution to pass in the House, but the move is largely symbolic. Even though criminal contempt can carry steep penalties like hefty fines and prison time, Justice Department attorneys would have to take up a case against their own boss and another senior member of the Trump administration. That's not going to happen. The Justice Department has reportedly pushed back, saying they've been working in good faith with the House committee that's investigating the controversial citizenship question. Last week, President Trump abandoned his efforts to get the citizenship question on next year's census. President Trump asserted executive privilege over materials related to the citizenship question, escalating tensions between Democrats and the administration. In Washington, Jacqueline Fell, Channel 11 News.
A 6-year-old girl killed after her father hit a golf ball. The warning her family has for parents. And fumes filled the air, forcing people to stay inside. EMS officials tell Channel 11 what they did wrong, warning neighbors.
Plus updates on Storm Tracker Doppler 11 radar, where the heaviest rain is falling and what you can expect later on today.
You're streaming WPXI now. Channel 11 expands its streaming live newscasts. When other stations are national, Channel 11 News is local, right here at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. on WPXI Now.
NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
We're a team you can count on to cover stories that impact your life.
Whether it's across the street or around the world.
Channel 11 News at 6.
And NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
Channel 11 News at 5, covering more news in Westmoreland County. Heavy downpours today and the threat of flooding. Meteorologist Danielle Dozier updating her forecast for us in Severe Weather Center 11. We'll go back to her in just a few minutes. Meanwhile, a dangerous heat wave is sweeping the country, and we're going to feel a jump in temperatures heading into this weekend.
And we're going to crank it up a notch here. It's causing health concerns for vulnerable children and senior citizens. NBC's Blaine Alexander has more on the potential problems.
This morning, from parks in the Midwest,
feels like you can't breathe,
to fire stations in the Northeast,
hydrate, hydrate, hydrate,
and everywhere in between, millions of people are bracing for searing summer heat. In fact, by Saturday, nearly 229 million people across 40 states will feel that summer swelter with heat indexes hotter than 100 degrees, enough to go from discomfort to downright dangerous.
How extreme are these temperatures for this time of the summer?
Right. Not just the one day, but it's the cumulative effect that we see. The day after day after day, that's when we really start to see the danger in folks.
That's why volunteers with Cool Down St. Louis are on a life-saving mission.
Miss Mays!
Installing nearly 1,000 AC units across Missouri and Illinois this summer.
So, Miss Mays, how hot does it get in here?
Well, you know, it feels like it's already 100 degrees.
With heat like this, the best tip is to stay out of it. But experts say if you do have to be outside, limit your physical activity and drink plenty of water. Don't just wait until you're thirsty, because by then you could already be dehydrated.
And right now, Missouri is one of at least 11 states under an excessive heat warning starting today through Saturday, and that number is only expected to grow. In St. Louis, I'm Blaine Alexander, NBC News.
This week is the first week in which a new law is in effect to protect children if they are left alone in a hot car. In 2018, a record number of kids, 52, died in hot cars nationwide. A state law went into effect Monday that protects Good Samaritans who rescue kids feared to be in danger, even if that means breaking into a car.
Cars can be repaired, lives can't. You know, I mean, lives can be repaired, but they can't be saved. You know, if you don't take any action and the child dies, then you're left with a feeling of guilt.
There are conditions, though. The Good Samaritan must use no more force than necessary and must have made a good faith effort to contact emergency responders and the vehicle's owner.
Just a heartbreaking story here, Peggy. A freak golfing accident caused the death of a little girl in Utah. Listen to this. Investigators say the 6-year-old girl was sitting in a golf cart next to a tee box watching her dad play. He hit a ball that struck her in the back of the head.
You really want to make the most of every day. You never know how many days you're going to get, especially with the ones you love the most.
Unbelievable. Well, the community has come together to support the family, placing pink ribbons around the town.
A big day here in Pittsburgh. Allegheny Health Network and the Pittsburgh River Hounds unveiling a big project. They are planning to build the largest multi-purpose health and sports complex in western Pennsylvania.
Sports medicine program, second to none. I would say it's probably the best in the country, and now people are going to be able to see it, and we're going to be able to provide that service.
The center includes 10 indoor and outdoor soccer and multi-purpose fields, as well as a 20,000 square foot facility that will provide clinical programs, orthopedics, and walk-in primary care.
There will be a planned power outage next week in parts of the North Hills. Listen up, folks. More than 600 First Energy customers in Bradford Woods, Marshall, McCandless, and Pine will be without power for several hours. That's on Tuesday, July 23rd. First Energy says they'll notify affected residents by phone. We followed workers as they continued repairs to a sinkhole in Ross Township overnight. The ground opened up last Thursday at the entrance to the Waldorf Apartments near Bed Bath & Beyond. There is now a 20-foot ditch there. Crews are creating a channel under a water main line for water to flow before more rain moves in. But to do that, they had to shut off water service. Work on the sinkhole is expected to last through at least Friday.
Your your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Well, here we are, the middle of the week, and Barry has finally arrived. This big red L, that is what is left over. It's a low-pressure system, no longer tropical, of course, but you can see it's going to be bringing showers and a few thunderstorms. This is a snapshot here around 2 o'clock this afternoon. Meanwhile, there's a front well up to the north, so kind of hanging on to the moisture, what's left over from Barry, and this front going to help trigger showers and storms from western Pennsylvania all the way to the front. Here's Storm Tracker Doppler 11 radar. You can see these scattered showers here. You can see our radar here in southern Allegheny County. Here's Beaver, and we have some heavier downpours in frequent red color showing up, which means that's where the heavy rain is occurring. And then here in Armstrong County, also been detecting some of those heavier downpours as well. So if you are north and east of the Katanning area up toward Reimersburg, definitely going to be running into that if you're hitting the road anytime soon. South of Katanning, got some heavier downpours there. A closer look here in Beaver County, where we do have the moderate to heavy rain over the Beaver area and northern Beaver County at this time. Also some light showers in and around Pittsburgh and Allegheny County, and keep that in mind if you're heading out. You're going to run into some damp roadways. I want to expand the view and show you that the showers are moving from generally southwest to northeast or west to east, and no lightning being detected just yet. We'll let you know if that changes. We certainly have the threat later on today. Our weather impacts are going to be localized flooding because some of these storms later today especially are going to be producing some locally heavier downpours. Gusty winds will be the other threat, and of course lightning is always a threat in storms. A live look outside over downtown, and we have a cloudy sky, 74 degrees. We told you it wasn't going to get as hot today because of the cloud cover and the rain. We'll top out in the upper 70s, close to 80 degrees for the official high. Winds will be out of the southwest. Outside of any storms, very light, around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Showers and storms will clear out later on tonight, and the low will fall to about 70. So we're in for a really warm and humid night. The winds will shift to the northwest. We'll also have a mostly cloudy sky overnight with some areas of fog. Here's 2:30, heavy downpours showing up through parts of Allegheny County. Here's 6:30 this evening. Some of us will be dodging those heavier downpours, and we'll keep that threat in through the later night hours. Here's 10 p.m. Still hanging on to a chance for a shower or an isolated thunderstorm, especially south and east of the Pittsburgh area at that point. And then once we head into midnight or so, we'll be noticing some lingering showers there in the eastern counties and the ridges. Those will clear out, and then by Thursday morning, 6:30 a.m., a stray shower in the ridges. Aside from that, I think most areas will begin the day quiet. Severe Weather Team 11 always encourages you to download our weather app. It'll bring you any alerts right to your phone. You can also track the latest on our radar as well. Upper 80s tomorrow, and so definitely a hotter day for us. And when you factor in that humidity, this is the feels like for tomorrow. Low 90s by 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Definitely wearing those shorts and keeping hydrated out there. And then by Friday, we're still looking at the lower 90s. 5-day forecast with your weekend always in view. 93 Friday, 94 Saturday. I'm going to take a closer look. There's some new data coming in that shows maybe some rain late Thursday night. I want to show you that. Plus, we'll take a look at Fog Tracker together coming up in the next half hour.
Well, a small plane crash landed near the shore at a popular vacation spot for Pittsburghers.
Bang, bang, bang. What's that noise? And all of a sudden, white clouds coming out like shotgun shells.
Wow, our closer look at the crash landing into the ocean that likely saved lives.
And the new push by the state to ban feeding deer, even turkeys, why officials say it's actually putting the animals in danger.
Channel 11 News at 6.
Followed by NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
The State Game Commission may soon ban feeding wildlife. The commission says feeding animals like deer and turkey could spread more diseases among the wildlife population. The Game Commission already has feeding bans for bears and elk. The commission is planning several open house sessions across the state to educate people about the risks that come with feeding wildlife. Well, you may want to pay extra attention to your driving because police are going to be out in full force watching the roads. Thanks to some extra funding from PennDOT, Murrysville Police will, along with state police, will be working on an aggressive driving enforcement program, which means that they're going to be on the lookout for things like running red lights and tailgating.
You have to be accountable for your driving habits, what you're distracted driving, and make the roads safe for everybody.
Murrysville Police Unit will also be inspecting heavy trucks.
A crash into the ocean caught on camera. The wild landing caught the attention of hundreds of beachgoers in Ocean City, Maryland. Check it out.
Bang, bang, bang. What's that noise? And all of a sudden, white clouds coming out like shotgun shells. What's going on? And everybody started running real quick. And then you saw the lifeguards, everybody running. I'm like, yeah, this is serious.
Out of a movie, folks, here, the pilots of the small plane made an impressive crash landing into shallow waters. Witnesses say the plane just kind of boogie boarded right up to the shore.
The pilot did a fantastic job landing the aircraft. There was no one hurt. There was a few pieces of plane that were recovered, so there doesn't appear to be any kind of environmental issue.
The pilot, just 23 years old, he didn't think he would be able to make it to the airport because of mechanical issues, so he put it down in the water and survived without a scratch.
Crazy. Chemical fumes filled the air, forcing people in a local neighborhood to stay inside. Now EMS officials tell us how they could have handled that emergency better.
And the heat that's gripping a lot of the country, it's going to be having a stronghold on our weather, too. I'm updating the heat index forecast coming up.
It's the summer of me.
Like summer vacation.
Cool off with some hot classics.
Oh, isn't it wonderful here?
Like Green Acres, The Three Stooges, the 90-minute episodes of Wagon Train, The Dick Van Dyke Show, and much more.
The summer of me.
The summer of me. Me TV.
You can find Me TV on Comcast 190, 207, or 1160.
Wendy Williams Show every weekday at 11, right here on Channel 11.
Scattered showers in the area right now, and more storms are moving in this afternoon.
Bringing heavy downpours. Severe Weather Team 11 meteorologist Danielle Dozier tracking the rain and the heat that's going to come along with it, Danielle.
Yeah, so the rain first and the heat and humidity, that's really what everyone's going to be talking about, though, as we head into the end of the week. Storm tracker Doppler 11 radar wanted to give you an update as to what is going on right now. On the radar, we have some of that rain still in Allegheny County. You're going to be dodging some damp roadways. You'll need your umbrella for sure, guys. Everyone is going to be needing it at least through the nighttime hours as you take a look here closer at some rain in and around the Katanning area. Cowanshannock, some moderate rain there. Heavier rain north of Beaver and around the Cranberry area, especially north of Cranberry. If you're on I-79, you're going to be running into some rain there. Uniontown, you've got a heavy downpour just to your north, so if you're out and about in the city and you're looking north, you're going to see some really dark clouds. Big picture shows the rain moving generally either southwest to northeast or west to east, and we have more to come later on today. Forecast heat index for Thursday is going to be lower 90s, I think, across the board. It's going to be getting hotter and even more humid, if you can believe that. By Friday, temperatures are going up into the 90s. Still to come, the heat index for Friday and Saturday, plus that closer look at the fog and what you can expect for tomorrow morning.
Concern and confusion after a cloud of noxious gas covered part of Beaver County. Everyone living within a 5-mile radius of Rochester Borough was ordered to stay inside, but not everyone got the message. Channel 11's Renee Wallace has more on what could have been done differently.
Friday night's chemical fire in Rochester, which sent plumes of noxious-smelling chlorine into the air for miles around, is still on the minds of Beaver County residents today.
I was really concerned about the safety of the firefighters that went in.
The effectiveness of the county's emergency mass notification system, SWIFT 911, was the subject of a meeting between the director of Beaver County EMS and the chairman of county commissioners today.
We do an after-action just to see on what we can do better.
At 9:30 Friday night, residents within a 5-mile radius were told to close windows and shelter in place. That order was lifted at 5 a.m. Saturday morning, but 4.5 hours later, another notification to shelter in place after a second chlorine release from a dumpster fire next to the site. The head of Beaver County EMS said the SWIFT 911 system worked well, but upon review, they discovered ways it could work even better.
We can communicate better with the public on the incident, better directions and better actions that they could take.
That means more alerts and more detailed alerts targeting exactly who should shelter and how long.
She said it was very hard to breathe. It took your breath away.
While Alice Whelan lives several miles away from Rochester, she does have family there.
My husband said the wind was going the other direction, which we were pleased with.
Only about a third of the people who live in Beaver County are signed up to receive the alerts. County officials would like to change that.
The Humane Animal Rescue is helping to rehabilitate a cat who lost its paw to a firecracker explosion. Take a look here. This is Pickles. Doctors believe someone tied a firecracker to her paw. And she was found in McKees Rock. She was severely injured and dehydrated. Veterinarians say Pickles should make a full recovery. Great news there. And when she does, she'll be up for adoption on the Humane Animal Rescue's website.
Oh, poor little thing. Thousands of criminal cases in Westmoreland County will be available electronically, and it will cost a couple thousand to do it. 6,000 files will be scanned and digitized by the end of August, and scanning those files will cost the county $35,000. Officials plan to target cases filed between 1980 and 1983.
We share the highways with big rigs, and they are at the center of a lot of accidents in the last decade. Tractor-trailer deaths are up more than 40%, and Congress is taking notice. Channel 11's Justin Gray has new details on the big change, automatic braking, that one lawmaker wants to make.
It was this fiery crash 5 Georgia Southern University nursing students killed when a tractor-trailer slammed into a car in 2015. The Georgia Congressman Hank Johnson says first inspired him to write legislation requiring auto braking technology on big rig trucks.
I could not help but to think it could have been my daughter
in that car with those students.
Georgia mother Pan Biddle's son Aaron, a 23-year-old nursing student, was killed in 2017 when a tractor trailer did not stop at a traffic backup, slamming into his car.
They had just gotten on the road on one exit with the intent to get off the very next exit.
This promotional video from truck maker Volvo shows off collision avoidance technology. Automatic braking systems designed to keep a safe distance between semis and the vehicles in front of them. 20 automakers have agreed to install similar technology on all new passenger cars by 2022. Johnson's bill would require the same for new commercial trucks.
The same should be true with any tractor trailer or any commercial vehicle.
Part of the trucking industry has already adopted these features. It's not difficult, and it can save the lives of so many people, including the truck drivers. So I just don't understand.
And Justin tells us many major companies like UPS are installing auto braking on new trucks, but the industry is against requiring the systems by law.
Health officials call teen vaping an epidemic. Now, for the first time, a look inside the factory of one of the biggest makers and the company's apology to parents.
And traffic, updated every 10 minutes on Channel 11 Morning News.
With new developments in the e-cigarette craze and the wave of teen vaping that federal health officials have called an epidemic. For the first time, industry giant Juul Labs is allowing cameras into its factories.
And the company is also apologizing for teens using its products. CNBC's Carl Quintanilla has more.
This is where the injection of the e-liquid takes place into the pod.
On a factory floor in Wisconsin, Juul Labs runs a production line day and night, filling some of the 60 million pods it sells in the U.S. every month. CEO Kevin Burns has opened his doors to us, aware of the firestorm his product category has ignited among families.
If we did this tour today with a parent of a teen who'd been using or who had been addicted, how would you sort of defend all this?
First of all, I tell them I'm sorry that they're child's using the product. It's not intended for them. As a parent of a 16-year-old, I'm sorry for them, and I have empathy for them in terms of what the challenges are going through.
In the face of public pressure, Burns has removed some of Juul's flavors from stores, shrunk its social media footprint, and revamped an early ad campaign that critics say was aimed at kids.
Their ads absolutely were targeting young people with lots of color, lots of bling, music.
Juul's latest campaign is focused on adult smokers trying to escape the risk of lung cancer.
It was really a friend of mine that said, why wouldn't you just try the Juul?
But researchers have new questions about the impact of chronic vaping. Mark Olford has found that lab mice exposed to e-cigarettes suffer from hardening of their blood vessels.
I think vaping is no safer than smoking. It's like giving a gun and a knife to someone and saying, the knife is safer than the gun, so play with the knife. It's not harm-free.
Frankly, we don't know today. We have not done the long-term longitudinal clinical testing that we need to do.
Challenges for a growing industry already under fire, working to ease parents' concerns while convincing others it can help them kick the habit. Carl Quintanilla, CNBC Business News.
Well, Prime Day is wrapped up and the numbers are in. Ahead, how many people took advantage of the two-day shopping holiday?
And that humidity is high across our area, but it's going to be increasing as we head into the end of the week. Coming up, we've got a closer look at what you can expect as we head into the weekend.
WPXI Now. When a major story breaks, this is where you'll find 24-hour coverage. From the Channel 11 newsroom to our crews live in the field, we'll bring you the information you need right now. WPXI Now. Always on when you want the latest on... Johnson and Lisa Sylvester on Channel 11 News, 11 at 11. Channel 11 Morning News brings you breaking news first. We tell you what happened overnight and the breaking news happening right now, so you're connected to the important stories where you live. Check out the difference on Channel 11 Morning News.
Well, McDonald's is teaming up with DoorDash. It's the first move since reports said it was considering ending its exclusive delivery deal with Uber Eats. Starting July 29th, DoorDash will start delivering for McDonald's in Houston. McDonald's will also join DoorDash's subscription service, Dash Pass, which offers members unlimited free delivery on orders of $2 or more. DoorDash recently passed Grubhub as the largest U.S. food delivery service with 32% of sales. Well, Amazon's Prime Day turned out to be a bigger wave than the company's Black Friday and Cyber Monday combined. Members across the world spent more than $175 million. It was the biggest event in the company's history for its devices. The Echo Dot, Fire Sticks were some of the best sellers. And Prime Day is unfortunately over, but you can still find deals on laptops. Our consumer advisor, Clark Howard, explains why they're so cheap.
Here we are in middle July, and I'm talking about back to school. Well, I want to talk about laptops. This year, laptops are going to be so cheap for back to school. The reason is more and more market share is being taken by Chromebooks. I've been seeing Chromebooks recently for $99. Chromebooks are the most popular device for so many schools. In fact, that's the principal computer that many schools now use. It's a Google product, and because of it, the cost of PCs, if you want to buy a PC for back to school, are now in the upper ones. You should be able to find a very capable 15.6-inch PC at about $189. Macs, on the other hand, remain much more expensive. But the good news, very few schools use Macs anymore because they're too expensive for so many families. At Clark.com, I've got guides to you how to find the best deals on laptops and Chromebooks. I'm Clark Howard.
Thanks a lot, Clark, and you can see more from Clark Howard on our streaming app. Just search for WPXI on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.
Well, we're always looking out for your money, and we know that all of us love hearing that there's a sale that's going on at our favorite store, but it got us thinking, is it really a sale?
You just look at those tags and you think, compared to what?
Well, tonight, the results of a new study that calls out the biggest offenders. And Channel 11's Catherine Amenta sat down with local consumer advocate Mary Bach, who's taken on companies in court 10 times already to protect your money. And she won, by the way. We'll show you how to spot a fake sale. That's tonight at 5 only on Channel 11 News.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Good afternoon. Storm Tracker Doppler 11 radar and another update. If you're heading out the door around the Pittsburgh area, you're going to want your umbrella. We're tracking that rain that's still continuing through Allegheny County. That shows up in the green. You can see our little radar there on the southern side of Allegheny County. As you take a look up to the north, you'll see we have some moderate to heavy rain north of the Beaver area now. Western Butler County are going to be running into that. Here's a closer look. Everywhere where you're seeing red, you'll see that legend there. It gets heavy as you get into the pinks and purples. And actually, when you start seeing pink and purple, that means we're seeing some hail, but we're not quite dealing with that out there right now. Connellsville, some heavy rain overhead. Salt Lake as well. If you're heading out there, you're going to be running into some frequent downpours, and you can see how widely scattered these showers are as expected. These are the remnants of Barry. There is the potential for lightning later on today and some locally heavier downpours, localized flooding, gusty winds, all threats. The reason we have these showers and storms occurring and why it feels so humid is because of this. This is our dew point map. A lot of dark green on here, low 70s, 73-degree dew point. That is tropical air. That feels more like we are living in Miami right now. So that is what is going to be in our forecast here over the next couple of days. Really just that air you can wear, that thick feeling when you walk outside. So speaking of walking, if you are doing any of that later this evening, not only are you going to be running into that high humidity, but also the chance for some showers and storms. So just stay weather aware with temperatures generally in the upper 70s. Here's Storm Tracker at 2:30 this afternoon, still detecting, of course, those downpours at times. 7 o'clock, we're still going to keep the threat in here, even for the Pittsburgh area. Model data really has a hard time showing you exactly where the downpours will occur. You really just kind of look at the clock to get an idea of the timing this time of year. So here's 7 o'clock, chance for showers and storms continuing. Here's 10:30 p.m. Same thing, chance for a few showers and storms continuing, especially south and east of the Pittsburgh area. A few lingering showers during the early overnight hours. Same thing when you head out the door early Thursday morning. Could be a stray shower in the ridges. I think the rest of us stay dry. We're updating the rainfall forecast. Yesterday it was about 1 inch to 1.5 inches. I still think if you get under some storms later today, a couple of them, you could see that much. But overall, looks like the rainfall total is about 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch. Model data coming down just a little bit on that. Fog tracker at 5 o'clock in the morning. There will be some fog, and it will be dense in spots. That shows up in the areas in white. That fog looks to last last at least through about 9 a.m. before beginning to lift. Then it's all about the heat and humidity. We are looking at the temperatures going up into the 90s, and those heat index values are going to be in the lower 100s come the end of the week. 5-day forecast with your weekend always in view. 88 on Thursday. Model data shows a stray shower or an isolated thunderstorm possible. I think that's going to be Thursday night into Friday morning, but by Friday afternoon, we're drying out, we're sunny, and we're hot, and we're humid. Saturday, 94, an isolated evening shower or thunderstorm with the peak heating of the day. And then we have a low pressure coming in for Sunday, so more widespread showers and storms with a high temperature up to 90.
Pittsburgh is no longer home to the world's steepest street. The new #1 next.
Meteorologist Stephen Cropper tracking the weather in your neighborhood.
A new construction project is planned for the Garden Theater block on the north side. Trek Development Group has proposed a project that includes building a 5-story apartment building with 50 apartments and storefronts. It's on North Avenue and along Federal Street. The proposal will be presented to the zoning board in the fall. Lawrenceville is now on the National Register of Historic Places list. It is one of the oldest neighborhoods in the city. It was founded in 1814. The U.S. Department of Interior credited Lawrenceville's historic preservation and economic boom for the recognition.
Well, Beachview's Canton Avenue is no longer the steepest street in the world. Canton has a 37% grade and long held the title as the steepest street in the world, but that's no more. Now a street in Wales holds the title. The folks at Guinness World Records found the street is Harlech, has a 37.45% grade. Canton Avenue is still the steepest, though, in the U.S. Still hold the record.
All right. Well, that's all for Channel 11 News at noon. Our next newscast comes up tonight at 5.
And you can get breaking news updates anytime on our streaming apps. Just search WPXI on Apple TV, Roku, or Amazon Fire. Have a great day, everyone.
Enjoy it. the news at 5 when you want news from where you live.
This is Take 5, highlighting Western Pennsylvania's most innovative and successful businesses.
Hello and welcome to Take 5. I'm Heather Habira. Today I'm joined by Teresa Gaspard, Special Events Manager at the Pittsburgh Zoo and PPG Aquarium. Teresa, many people know and love the zoo. Their families enjoy visiting and seeing the animals and also attending those special events. But you're here to chat about your conservation efforts. I understand that you are dedicated to the conservation